The most important was to be prepared for a war if it happens. If we had taken such a stand and we had in Doklam, we had to be prepared for the worst case situation. That included very important strategic and critical assets moving from the western border to the eastern border.
So we started moving them?
We did it, including a weapon which became very popular in Sindoor.
Okay, which one was this? Sorry.
BrahMos.
The BrahMos. Okay. So we moved everything and...
yes, we were getting ready for if the escalation would have built up to some kind of skirmish or a war. You prevent a war by being ready and having adequate strength.
Peace through strength. That's what President Trump keeps talking about these days. But any near miss moment that you remember which could have gone either way during that crisis?
In that area of Sikkim and all, there's a huge cloud cover, and especially in these months when the confrontation was taking place. So satellite imagery is not very effective. Your surveillance means are limited. And one fine day we see large number of guns and tanks popping very close to our border.
Oh.
Maybe 8 to 24 hours away.
Oh my God.
And this was all show of force. It was psychological, but it could also have manifested into something building much more, much close to where we would be comfortable with.
Okay, so that happened, and then what happened?
Oh, you have to send messages. You have to build up your own troops to an equal level in that areas, and we did that. So it was a game of chess going on all along the border. And one incident, of course, like you said, a moment which could build to a crisis, and there the maturity of both sides mattered, was 15th August, where at Finger in Ladakh, there was a face-off which became a little too, became more than just a confrontation, and there were injuries on both sides. It could have built up, and here is where we are facing the Chinese face-to-face in Doklam. For both sides, send matured messages to each other and did not let that become a trigger for something more.
So at the starting, sir, you said that there was no hotline. How did you guys send messages to each other?
This is from we had messages at the company commander level, at the corps,
and then they were trickled up. Yes. Rather than trickle down. Okay.
And here, what we did very effectively, because the troops were face to face, there were company commanders and battalion commanders meeting in a 24-hour cycle, sending messages. Many messages from me to my counterparts were going through what a company commander or a battalion commander was taking.
I got it. So it was a Chinese whispers sort of. Hopefully. Yeah. It didn't really, literally
and both sides conveyed messages through it. You could know that it was not a young battalion commander speaking, but it was coming from his hierarchy. And similarly, from our message, they could make out that it is coming from the highest end.
All right. And so Doklam standoff was one time that we stood up to a bully.
Yes.
And we showed that we are in a position of strength. You do this, we do exactly that. There's tit for tat waiting for you. And we made China back off. That itself is a huge achievement. How do you feel about that incident now looking back? It was perhaps the first time that we stood up to a bully and we told them to back off.
So, like I always say, it is a high point of my career in all. After being a DGMO, I had to live up to what assignment I had been given. And here was the best crisis or the best challenge I could handle. Maybe I didn't sleep for 72 days or had sleepless nights. Many others definitely up in the hierarchy would have had that. But it taught me lessons of the strength of the Indian Armed Forces and what we have to do as we go ahead.